Good morning, my people. My name is Akaranja Kashui from Kenya, East Africa. It's a bright new day. It's on a Sunday. I'm in my village. You can see I'm just in my village. It's a very chilly morning, but the sun is coming out. So I'm very grateful for this great day. So as you can see, my friends, today I want to bring something very different from what I've been doing. I've been vlogging all through in the cities, cycling, but today is very different. So today I want to tell you, I had some conversation earlier this week about some people telling us, oh, how Africans, we are back, I don't know, blah blah blah, things that bring down our morale. But I want to tell you, in as far as technology is concerned, there is also our own technology. I want to show you, like for instance, we have some beehives that goes for more than about 100 years and they are still in existence. I want to go and show you. But one thing I'm worried about is because the African bees are very, very, very harsh and they can sting badly. That is something that you cannot, they don't entertain actually, but I have to try my level best. So if I don't capture it very well, I'll bear with me. So keep tuned, and if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, share, comment. I'll be very appreciative. Have you subscribed? Thank you for subscribing to my channel. As you can see, around this portion we've planted napier grass plus hay. You can see this is just the portion that has hay and napier grass. Oh, it's very grateful because the sun is coming out. And those of you who don't know gravelia trees, these are gravelia trees. I don't like them because they are just exotic trees, but they are very useful. People have made them become one of the best thing in the village, such as timber. But it's timber you must treat. You can't just go and cut timber and build direct. You must first of all treat them. Do you see? Because they have something, there's a tendency of them being weevils. They're infested with weevils once they dry up. So they are not convenient at all. And then from this area, we have a tree, a very indigenous one. It's called the croton tree. Do you see them? It has some, I don't know if you can see from a distance. It's called the croton trees, and those are the ones that are used for holding the beehives. These croton trees are very useful. They take quite some time to mature, but they are very reliable in terms of firewood. For those who are doing charcoal burning, it's a very nice tree, and it's very hard. In fact, when it produces some seeds, the croton seeds, I think they are used in the industries in manufacture of oil, something like that. But in this area, we're not fond of that. People have not yet embraced on that, but I heard it's there. So what I want to show is the beehives. I want to be very, very quiet because these things are very stingy. I don't know if they have to ambush me. Let me try. graveyard. The traditional ones. These are all traditional beehives. This one is broken. My people, as you can see, this is a roadside in my village, and there are stinging nettles all over. Can you see them? That, for those who know how painful they are, they can narrate. You see, they all grow along the road. There are so many. So these are fertile. And remember, stinging nettles don't grow where the soil is not fertile. It grows in a very arable and fertile land. They are in plenty. Do you see them? These ones, they are here, stinging nettles, and they are also a source of food. In fact, I love village life. I'm not a city boy. It's very cool, chirping of birds, no people. You see how quiet it is, a lot of trees, oxygen in plenty. And you live in a place where you are binding, you are bonding with the nature. It's a very, very sweet thing. So we are walking this way. I want to teach you some of the things that you've never known about my tribes and how people lived before. I shall pick 1, 2, 3 things and tell you how they were used during our great-grandfathers' eras. So, keep tuned. My people, as you can see, this is a roadside in my village, and there are stinging nettles all over. Can you see them? That, for those who know how painful they are, they can narrate. You see, they all grow along the road. There are so many. So these are fertile. And remember, stinging nettles don't grow where the soil is not fertile. It grows in a very arable and fertile land. They are in plenty. Do you see them? These ones, they are here, stinging nettles, and they are also a source of food. In fact, I love village life. I'm not a city boy. It's very cool, chirping of birds, no people. You see how quiet it is, a lot of trees, oxygen in plenty. And you live in a place where you are binding, you are bonding with the nature. It's a very, very sweet thing. So we are walking this way. I want to teach you some of the things that you've never known about my tribes and how people lived before. I shall pick 1, 2, 3 things and tell you how they were used during our great-grandfathers' eras. So, keep tuned. Remember, my good people, there are so many people who don't understand what I do. I'm not a full-time farmer, I'm a part-time farmer. So I love connecting with the ground, particularly when I'm growing my own food. And bearing in mind this is a high season, we have already planted, the rain has been everywhere, and so we have taken that advantage. And I want to show you, for those who don't know how potatoes, Irish potatoes, are grown. They do well, very well here in my village. I want to show you some of them. So, and remember, they are purely organic. We don't use any commercial fertilizers or pesticide. This is natural, from seeds to the ground, tending weeds and everything, and getting mature. So we want to show you, we plant through furrows. This is one furrow here, there's another furrow here, and then at the center, this is where we plant the maize or the corns. And then we have some pumpkin here. Do you see how they are? These are the potatoes. This is what we call the Irish potatoes. For those who are lovers of crepes, what do you call them? Chips. Name them. This is the sauce. Remember, they are almost flowering stage. So in a couple of 3 to 4 months, they will be ready. It's just a small portion. And then we have this one. There are some others, but they have not been tended up. And then we have some corns. They are almost to their flowering stage also. You see, it's very nice. The ambience speaks for itself. So in Africa, I tell you, everything is in abundance. The soil is our most thing that we can treasure, because this is what we have and we can be very proud of. The soil, everything, the environment. You can see now, in a few moments back, I was telling you it's very chilly. You see the sun has come, the sun has already come out. So it's very nice. And you can see the land here is gentle sloping. It's so slopey. So this part of my village, it's very fertile. You see how the greenery everywhere. Everywhere. It's very, very, very fertile. So my good people, I want to show you, this is where I tend. This is my small garden. This is where I plant. These are the beans. We have potatoes. They're almost flowering. The whole of this portion. What I wanted to tell you is all about how our great-grandfathers were very, very intelligent. And whatever you see nowadays, it's just a commercialization of what they already knew and invented. For instance, I want to tell you, in Africa, it's the only continent in the whole world that provides everything you need in abundance. Whether it's always there, and it doesn't diminish. Resources, everything. Now I want just a glimpse, to show you a glimpse of some very important plants that were used by my grandfather, my great-grandfathers. Bearing in mind, for instance, I want to tell you that there is this anti-termite chemicals that you spray on your wooden, so that the termites cannot destroy your goods or houses or anything. But during those days, those people didn't have such things. But what they did, they invented, not even they invented, they knew which tree, which plant to do what. You see, for instance, I want to show you one plant. I don't know, it's in my Kikuyu language, we call it, let me recall, it's called the the name is just getting off my mind. But later on I have to tell you in my Kikuyu language. I know this plant, I'll show you. Do you see this plant? This one. Let me cut it. This one. The right. I have that here. It's very nice. Let me prune it. Want to prune it. Don't know how I'll hold my camera. Oh, I've just remembered the name. You see this? This plant was very, very useful. You do see? It's called Mudhinoni in Kikuyu language. Mudhinoni. In plural, that is in singular. In plural, Mudhinoni. And this tree, let me show you. It has some scent. You see? These leaves. They have a very strong scent, which seems to be so aromatic. It's so very nice. But I want to tell you one thing about this tree. This tree, as you see here, it's called anti-insect, anti-termite. It cannot be destroyed by anything. It can live more than 100 years. Well kept. And do you know what? This is the one that they used to build granaries. Granaries were used to store cereals and food stuff. And so these are the trees that were used to carve the granary, the original granary houses. You see, they carved using this. And then they put some grass hatch over to prevent rain. And you know what? When you store food on those granaries, they live and live without going bad, because as you can see, it's ventilated. You can see from one tree or from one stick to the other, there is a small space, so that allows penetration of air. You see, so the food stuff, the grain stored there, will not go bad for days. So this is anti-termite. It can live for 100 years without any insect tampering with it. So when you say our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers didn't have something for us, this is it. They were very intelligent. Away from that, I want to show you another very important plant here. Remember, all these plants that I'm showing you, they are all indigenous. You cannot ferry seed. We don't have seeds for this plant. So I had spotted that plant somewhere. Oh, nice one. I have one. Let me cut it for you. It's here. It's this one. This with these broad leaves. Let me cut it. I have it here. Let's go. Yeah, and there is another tree here. This tree is very also important. It's called Murembu in my language. I don't know in English. You know, these trees, I don't know if they survive in Western countries. I have no idea. So, but I look for their names. These were used in making handles for what do you call? They are those hand-driven tools. They were very, very, very efficient. And so we have, but out of that, I want to show you one of the most interesting trees that you have. I have captured this one. You see this one? It's also straight with these broad leaves. The leaves are very tender, very smooth. And do you know what? This plant is called muondoe. That is in singular. In plural, it's called miondoe. That is what those terminologies are in my language, so I don't know in English. You can tell me what you call in your mother tongue, or if you have such a tree in your place, just send me, inbox me. So this tree, you see these tender leaves, these were used as tissue papers. You see, they are very tender, very smooth. Once you go for a long call, this was the most efficient tree. You see, higher. And then out of that, there is another very useful thing about this tree. Do you see? When we were fetching firewood at the forest, this tree was very, very important. Do you know what? We didn't have strings to tie our firewood, so this was the only way to go about it. You see how it is? We used to strip this. It has some the skin, the outer skin used to remove strings. Let me show you. This is how we do it. You see, this is how we get strings. And what do I have now? What is the result product? This one. And it's very, very hard. Don't see it's if it can break. No, it can tie all your luggage. This one. Let me demonstrate if whatever I'm speaking about is true. You see, I can pull it. It can't do anything. It's very hard. You see, it's very hard. So those were also invention. You are very, very intelligent. And out from that, we want to come here. There were local liquor that were used in my African tradition, that is the Kikuyu, and they used to make beer. And guess what? This beer, until today, it is the one is used during a cultural occasion in my tribe, and that beer is called muratina. And you know what does the muratina mean? Muratina is the sausage tree. You see, the sausage tree. Many people understand. It's more African. You've ever come across in any forest or any reserve, you get to see some huge tree, or rather short, but it has some sausage-like fruits hanging outside. That is what we call muratina tree. And those sausage trees, those sausage fruit, they are called muratina. You see, muratina is in singular. In plural, it's miratina. And the tree itself, it's called kiratina. Yes, muratina tree, I'm sorry about that. Muratina tree. So that was used in making our local brew called muratina. Muratina, it's a very, very important in our culture, and it is used in very many occasions. So out of this, I want to show you. And the most thing that is used is just only fruit, the fruit part of it, the keratina. And I want to show you once it's made. This is the keratina, this one. Do you see how they look like? These now are ready. They can make the local breed. And the main purpose of this keratina, or this sausage fruit, it's fermentation. It's called fermentation. They do fermentation. And that brew is made up of honey, a mixture of honey, sugar, warm water, and then you dip in this miratina inside the guard or basin or anything, then you enclose, then you leave it for 3 days to 4 days to ferment, after which it will be okay and it will be served to the locals. And in fact, let me tell you, you can live for all your years taking that brew, and it doesn't have any side effect or health problems. Our great grandfathers did that for years and they lived very well. It's not like the liquors that we are having now. And one thing I want to tell you, even if you are taking those commercialized or modern liquors or spirit or whatever, please, if you are taking them and you don't see those flies surrounding your beer, know that is poisonous. When you are drinking this muratina, there are a lot of small flies that come around, so that means that it has not been tempered. It's original. Flies don't go to where there's poisonous things or chemicals. They don't go, and that's why we spray. People spray chemicals to keep off the insect and everything. So when you are drinking your liquor or the muratina brew, you have to find all those flies over your cup, over your guard, everything. That is an indicator that shows that this thing is original and very nice. So my great people, I'm very grateful for this episode, and I'm very grateful for those who have watched my videos. I'm in the road. I'm still on the way to make more and more exclusive videos about my African way of life. Everything that comes, I'll travel this world, God willing, and showcasing every piece that many of you will not have a chance to get to. So I want to wrap today's videos from this point, and I ask you very, 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 with a lot of regard and respect, that kindly subscribe, because that subscription, that like means a lot for me. So I've seen people are watching my videos but they are not subscribing. Please subscribe. I'll be very grateful about that. So let's see and see you in another episode. Thank you.